Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm MaryAnne. Welcome to your daily Sun Sign Love Connection reading. I am so excited right now. Happy November 1st. I hope you had a beautiful Halloween and the full moon was crazy. Wow, that was very, very notable to me. And I was not able to upload for 2 days. Now that really hurt. I'm not gonna lie. It was technical issues. I mentioned it before. It happened one day, pretty much on the onset, or just before the onset of the retrograde, which is very common, right? With technology and communication and things kind of moving backwards and having to redo stuff and things go on the fritz a little more. And yeah, I was really feeling saddened by the fact that I couldn't read the messages, you know, because I love this so very much. So thank you for being patient. You know, 3 or 4 of you that may be interested, obviously more, but and thank you for the subscribers and the supporters that I do have. You mean everything, and it's why I want to do this, obviously, but I've been doing it for a long time, and every day it just makes me feel more and more fulfilled. I hope you can find resonance with the readings and you feel this resonance with me. That's important as well, but the energy is feeling really good. Now, there's going to be confusion, I know, for another week or so, even when retrogrades go forward, which happens, Mercury goes forward on the 3rd, which is election day, and then there's that shadowy period. And then, of course, we have Mars going forward on the 13th, and boy, that's been in retrograde for a while, and that's Aries, the fiery Aries, right? So the energy kind of slowed down in a lot of, certainly fire signs, but in general, collectively and so forth, we've been stalled and we've been made to stop. Saturn went forward. It was restriction and all these things to kind of set us in a place where we can reevaluate things, our lives, our circumstances, like really, really deeply. Pluto went forward. So yeah, we had a lot of influences in that way. And so yeah, lots to be said, but I will like to start with a reading. That would be great. We ended up, I usually start the month with Aries through Pisces with my astrology reel here, right? And then I stopped reading. Well, I thought I did the whole video of Leo. That was the last sun sign I did. That was the main sun sign. And I just did a 45-50 minute and blah, blah, blah. And then at the end, it didn't record any of it. And I wish I knew that while I'm talking with you, but I'm not able to see that clearly. However, we're going to start with Leo now. And then the highlighted connection will be, drum roll please, that was Capricorn. Boy, I do definitely have intuition. I thought that before I came in here today. And I know why I did. Or may I say I was given the information, which I definitely appreciate and asked for. But it makes sense with what's happening as well. So I'll talk a little bit about these two. I will definitely read 3 major category messages for this highlighted connection of Leo and Capricorn. I am using a new deck, of course, for every month. And sometimes I'll switch it up in the middle too. I do beginning of the month readings, mid-month readings, and the remainder days, we just keep it moving as well. I'm using the Cat Tarot Nouveau deck. Not Nouveau, that was last month, I'm sorry. Cat Tarot, one of my favorites. Obviously the purple is an enhancement of loving it, but beyond that, we are reading for, you know, the main sun sign of Leo, and they are the feline, the king of the cats, if you will. And then I have a beautiful adopted kitten that's growing bigger and bigger every day. So those of you who've been following me know that. And I love this deck anyway. It's a fairly new one. No, it's actually been a year. Oh my gosh. Whoa. Okay, anyway, I digress. I'm going to talk about each little sign here. Read the main important information coming through. There's still Mercury going with the mouth. Forgive me. And then I'm going to pull an individual tarot energy and message card for every single other zodiac now, which I like to do in connection with the Leo sun sign. So these are the sun signs. These are the, you know, the parts of us that are our personality, our ego-driven desires, likes, ambitions, you know, wants, how we want people to see us. It is the day and month we're born. The sun is in an exact position, right? And then on our birthdays, they call that the solar return. It returns to that exact position. And we are now in Scorpio season, actually. And so let's move back to you, Leo, because I did leave off with you. I love Leo. I love the fiery energy of Leo. And Leo is ruled by the sun. So as I always say, you'll not meet a brighter, more large personality, definitely ego-driven, determined, heart-centered, caring, loyal, affectionate, enormously, extravagantly generous and courageous. Just such confidence is harder to find. So I love the Leos, and either gender, of course, still emanate this personality trait. And, a little bit of fixed energy, meaning, they have their specific ideas and opinions, and they want them to be heard, and they're not shy about expressing them. And they really want you to be on their side about that. They want to be recognized. They want to be admired. They want to be, told how good they are a lot of times. And they're not afraid and are embarrassed to say that, and they will, they generally will not let you down because they are something to be admired. And I find them quite admirable and inspiring. And then, so they also are, like I said, ruled by the sun. Basically, their world is their kingdom, and they love to invite you into their castle, and, they're very generous, and they care a lot. They care a lot about what they do. Very versatile, creative, artistic comes to mind, and intuitive. There's a great deal of intuition with Leos that I think needs to be mentioned. And then you have the highlighted connection with Capricorn. Very, very different. Almost night and day. And you have Capricorn, which, by the way, has many planets in Capricorn this year, almost about to end. The changing of the guard, if you will, with those energies from Earth, which is Capricorn energy, versus Leo, the fire. The traditional old manner of doing things always is equated with Capricorn. It represents an older knowledge, system. Could be authority always, they tend to be in authority figures. The Capricorn is a cardinal sign. They will initiate the season of winter coming up not too far, good month and a half or more. The 21st, I believe, of December. And then also they have this incredible drive and determination, to achieve and to become one of the best, no matter what it is. They, like I said, represent in past videos the symbol of the goat. And if you notice in real life, in fact, I see it, not every day. I don't drive as much. Not far from where I live is a zoo, the Oakland Zoo in California, and they have a bunch of goats a lot of times that will actually be taking care of the grass, right? That was a newer thing happened. I think it started at Google a few years back, but it's pretty phenomenal. And there they are on this mountain hillside, and they're just basically sideways, but very sure-footed, very confident. Doesn't even faze them, to be honest. Just diligently focusing on what the grass they need to, eat, by the way, at the same time, so they're nourished. And they're usually very content with working hard and achieving and seeing the results from it. And the Capricorn has Jupiter in their sign this year. It happens every 12 years in each of our signs. So it's a really beautiful, it has so much potential, and it has great opportunities, and Jupiter will expand anything in your life, and hopefully for the better, right? This year, we had an expansion of something that we're all familiar with, and it caused a great deal of change in our life, and basically a pause, in a lot of ways. And I know the meaning of it now, having, hindsight, but it still really affected a lot of us. And even though that happened this year, Capricorn, it is still going to be a very, very, I would say, abundant and prosperous year for you. And what will happen this year will affect you the next 12 years. So yeah, all of those planets now have moved back forward after being in retrograde a long time in Capricorn. And I just love the idea of the two, Leo and Capricorns, in relation not just to love and, that special, unity you have as a partnership in romance or marriage and such, which happens a lot because the grounded aspect of Capricorn is very, very inviting, and it makes a lot of sense to have that in your life. And I think a lot of people understand that, especially in business. And by the way, you know, a lot of marriages and committed relationships are almost a sense of a business. In a way, that's how it's looked at. There's the need to obviously have love and romance and intimacy and everything, which you have in spades with these two. But of course, the Capricorn's more reserved when it comes to that, and the Leo's just bam. And when they love somebody, it's all about that person. And I feel the same way about Capricorn. I feel there's an undying devotion and, you know, loyalty that cannot be, you know, missed, and it's beautiful. And yet, you know, it's more, I would say, within, you know. I don't think it's overly expressed unless you're really close to a Capricorn. And so the two of you can do amazing things together. Capricorn's ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is that taskmaster. Everyone's like, oh, Saturn. Oh. And I can agree with you as far as the fact that it does create restrictions in wanting to maybe do more sooner and faster, and having to follow its guidelines for the sake of our betterment and our futures and our security, which is, it's what, you know, Capricorns base their life on. It's why they work so darn hard. They want to reap the benefit. They want to live in luxury. They want to amass great wealth, and they do. And you see it time and time again. And they're very resourceful and they're the kind of friends you want around because they're sensible and they're down to earth, and they make, you know, they're reliable and all the things that not all of us have. And I wouldn't say Leo isn't reliable, but I think they're just more fast and furious, and they have that fiery energy of movement and action, whereas it's okay for the Capricorn to take it a little slower, and yet know they're going to progress because they're completely dedicated to whatever they put their mind to. So the two of you can do amazing things in all aspects of love and connections. Let's read your beautiful energy and messages from the Cat Tarot. And so there are 3 different categories, major categories, and I will let you know what they are as we go along. Some are quite understandable, and I may need to put my glasses on, I see. Beautiful. And then I'll set this over here for right now. Last but not least, ooh, okay, yep, I can totally relate to that. All right, so the first card is basically the catalyst. It's the reason you came to this reading. It's an overall energy that's led you here, what's happened to this point. Now remember, the 1st of November, new things turning. You know, this, watch the power in this month, especially, like I said, with everything moving forward in retrogrades that are moving forward, I should say, specifically 3 in particular, you know, Mercury, Mars, and then at the end of the month, Neptune. We have an actual eclipse season starting at the end of the month. I mean, you name it. And this, but the movement is so important. So you have, for the first card, the 10 of Swords. Okay, yeah, I can totally understand this. And look at that, just this feeling of please let me just let this go. And by the way, 10 is a news cycle. That's exactly what's happening. There's been so much confusion. Communication has been crazy in a lot of ways, once again, with retrogrades. So you've been feeling it. It may have affected this connection. It's certainly affecting your recognition of what's happening in the outside world. Election is almost here, right? I mean, let's face it, that's had a lot to do. We need to take it calm right now. It's I would say pretty much established, not completely. I wouldn't give up to that very, very last day. Forgive me, I don't mean to say, and I'm not a political person, but we have till Tuesday, I believe 12 o'clock midnight, right? Make sure that happens, please. It's so imperative, you know, and we do matter. Every vote does matter. And I know that we've been worried and confused, and we want truth, and we want justice and balance and all those things, and that's kind of been held up, but that's ending. We will find out what we need to. We will move forward regardless of what it is, and we will be strong, and it'll be exactly as it needs to be. So then we have the category of possible blessings or obstacles, and you have the Knight of Wands. So there you go. This is the night. This is the night that brings fast, powerful, motivative, fiery energy, with messages about that. Going forward, I think I just said that. The hesitations, the retrogrades, all of these things are stopping. So I can almost feel it now, just in anticipation, which isn't a bad thing, because you can be that preparatory person right now and making sure you're ready, because it's going to come on pretty strong, and we're all so ready for that. But this is beautiful, and it is Leo. It's Leo energy, it's Sagittarius, and it's Aries energy. And I know that a lot of the people watching this particular reading, even the Capricorns, could very well have fire energy and signs in their natal chart. So yeah, powerful, just beautiful, ambition and drive and, capability, and whatever it is you're putting your mindset towards. So I love that. And then the last category is that of finances, and that's our stability and our also physical, tangible form, the earth parts, like the influences of Capricorn. And you have the Tower, because things have just been shook up this year. I mean, intensely. And I don't say that in a negative way. I don't, because we had things happen that were just out of the blue. And by the way, the sun was in Scorpio, because we're in Scorpio season, was opposition Uranus yesterday in Taurus, and the moon was in Taurus, the full beautiful blue moon. So the unexpected and the illumination of things that needed to be seen, and just really fast changes and positive influences and ideas and epiphanies and all these things. And it was just this, I immediately felt as I was heading to work and such, just this kind of almost chaotic feeling. It was just this busy, electrifying kind of feeling going on. And of course it was Halloween, so there's that. But the Tower is not a bad thing. It absolutely, unequivocally helps us, because we need a strong foundation in our life to feel that strength and that, that security, and to build upon. And then also, when the Tower comes along, it's knocking away the parts that are loose and that aren't working relationship-wise, work-wise, even our thoughts, and get rid of all, and purging all of that is the best way to say it, so that you can bring in this new beautiful energy coming through that'll help you to grow your finances. Information may be coming in, or did, and I don't see it as a negative. I don't, because Uranus is not all negative. Those surprises aren't all bad. They can be absolutely knock my socks off, win the lottery, who knows, but instantly, right? And just unexpectedly, but just very much needed and important. So yes, it could have to do with your money. That's the category. But it could have to do with a lot of things, like ideas that you're putting forth to grow your money. New opportunities, new invitations to join other businesses, create your own businesses. I mean, the list goes on. But the Tower is what it takes to initiate the very important and vital transformations in our life. I think a lot of it's already occurred for you, so this is really just moving forward now. The new moon will be on the 15th. It'll definitely be inspiring in regards to money, learning. It'll be in Gemini. It'll be, strong communication, networking, all the things that are important when you want to improve. And community is huge, okay? We have to join together in a beautiful global way. So I hope that that's encouraging to you and inspiring, and that you're actually feeling it already and understanding what I mean. And I would love you to let me know. If you have not subscribed, please do so. It's such a supportive thing, and I don't mean financially, because I'm not asking for a penny, but just from the genuine part of your heart that wants to support this channel, which is what needs to be done for YouTube to share it, and your likes are very important to me. And if you're not liking it, I fully understand. Obviously not everyone's going to like it, but just don't ever feel obligated to be here. I want the like-minded soul seekers, spiritual, mystical, perpetual students here, and ones that are just curious and maybe want to have your curiosity perked a bit. That would be beautiful, and hopefully I can guide you and teach you in ways that haven't happened to this point. So let us pick an individual card message for every other sign in the zodiac in connection with Leo. So we'll go from Capricorn clockwise, and we're going to go Leo and Sagittarius, which is absolutely beautiful energy. You're both fire signs. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, right next to Capricorn, that has Jupiter in their sign. So yeah, there's a lot of beautiful luck and opportunities when you meet up with a Sagittarius. A lot of times they want to help. They are all about higher learning and educating. They are movers and shakers, and they love the energy, and they usually have a lot of it. I find them to be extremely optimistic and really wanting to just thrive in any area of their life. They shoot that arrow. They're the half man, half horse with an arrow is what their symbolic, sign is for Sagittarius. And they're a beautiful sign. They are absolutely adaptable and like to change and like to grow and like to try new things. And they love to travel, and they usually do quite a bit. And that gives them even more, more of a worldly side to them that's very attractive, and it's like they seem to understand and definitely accept all things in life, and they want to help and be very, very proactive in seeing that all is taken care of, not just a small percentage. That doesn't quite work for them, and they're very genuine and very authentic. So what they say is what they mean, and they mean what they say. And they're freedom seeking. So, this is a beautiful attraction between the two of you, and it can be friends or lovers or what have you, but it's a beautiful, just a commonality kind of thing, that easier energy feeling with this connection. And you have the star. There you go. That's an Aquarian. That's depicts the sign of Aquarius, and we're approaching Aquarius. I was going to say, what is it? Age of Aquarius is what they're calling it. Because a lot of the planets that have been in Capricorn are now going into Aquarius. Major change in energy, boy. This is about truth, communication, breaking the barriers, seeing equality and community and fairness and just, things both in our personal lives and in our community, but also in government and institutions. That just has to happen. It just has to change. It's about the people, and the wishes and desires and intentions to make that happen. Gorgeous, gorgeous, beautiful energy. I love it. Got the 3 stars. That's about growth and help, with others. So then the next one is going to be Leo and Scorpio. This is a very, very attraction-oriented connection. I say that all the time because, Scorpio is a water sign. And there are 3 water signs. And out of the 3, Scorpio has the deepest parts to them where they are ruled by Pluto. And that's really all about diving really deep internally. And we had Mercury in Scorpio. It then went into Libra. And I believe it goes back into Scorpio forward on the 3rd. So it's really just knowing to go in and really recognize the parts of you that you don't want to be anymore. Just transforming and reinventing yourself, which is continual with Scorpio. They're very, very sensitive. They're very intuitive. They're very aware of your thoughts, and they love the mind and the psyche. And I would imagine they can really, a lot of people, I think, that are Scorpios that I've known and studied and recognized are very much interested in the obscure, studies and esoteric things and astrology and religious things, that most people don't really, I shouldn't say most, but a lot of people aren't necessarily as deeply interested in, the hidden. They are mysterious. They are intense. They are absolutely passionate about their life and their dedication to people and circumstances and helping others in the process. And you're not going to find a more loyal, when they like you, they truly like you. It's for life. But if they don't, you'll know it. It's black and white. And you know what? Their passion is kind of, I think, the thing that really sets you together, in addition to the obvious, beautiful physical connection that can be happening with Scorpio and most everybody, as well as Leo. Your beautiful message, though, is the Page of Swords. So we are talking about the air quality with the Page of Swords, and we're talking about communication, and it's upright, and it's something new, and it's something that's going to be truthful and fair, and it has to do with institutions, perhaps. Lawyers, doctors enter into it. A new bit of information that's still kind of useful. You know, it's just in the beginning stages, so I don't know what it is. It could be a plethora of different things for the two of you, but it can be very, very positive, and it's straightforward, which is, I think, both of you really appreciate that type of energy. And yeah, words are going to be spoken that are going to be very helpful in any decision making that may be needed. And just wait just a little bit longer for that final decision if you can. Because, you know, like I said, Mercury retrograde is going forward, and there'll be a lot more clarity for you, Scorpio, in particular, because you have Mercury going into your sign at that time. So I like that a lot, and it's a positive. It's an up. Thumbs are up. Then we go to Libra and Leo, and I love it. It's the fire and air energy. I always talk about the two elements that work extremely well together. You have to keep that temperance, though, because you don't want the bellow, right? The air making fueling the fire too much, right? You need to find that balance. And by the way, Libra loves balance. That's what they strive for. I mean, they need that in their life. They love relationships. They want to work through anything. They want to understand the other person's point of view. Yes, they're known for indecision because they're trying to think of all different angles. Their mind is their main focal point, how they live their life and how they strategize and how they try to be as fair as possible. You know, it's super important to them. Yeah, I thought about something the other day, and I kind of want to share it. No, I can't. I'm a Libra, so I understand the whole aspect of wanting to be fair and things like that. And we know life isn't always fair, but we can certainly strive for it to be. And this is important for the two of you. And there's a lot of beautiful energy that can be worked, and I don't know, that comes from these two. I've had a lot of wonderful relationships with the fiery Leo. Your message, though, is the Ace of Rods. Wow. Oh, wait, I'm so sorry. Bear with me. I got to put these on. That's interesting. It's the Seven of Swords again. Yeah. Here's the thing. You feel like there's been some real, I don't know, once again, confliction. You feel like somehow you haven't been fully aware and completely being told the truth. Somehow there's been some trickery, perhaps, maybe within yourself and the way you've been thinking and seeing the world. Maybe the two of you have some healing to do with communication. And I can promise you that with the new beautiful planet energies coming forth, this is a beautiful time to do that. And why not just before Thanksgiving, and the families that get together? It could be about a family member. It is an air sign, which is a Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. So the two of you may be fine, but you're being affected by somebody on the outside. And you know what? If they are not upright and truthful and straightforward, let them go, please. That's the best indication that this card can give you. It doesn't have to be the two of you having this energy, but it could be. So it's the best time of all to just let go and let God and be loving and work things out. No more need to have any conflicts in our lives, right? I think this year really showed that. It did for me. I miss all the connections I've had, even though I'm working now and it's slowly coming back. Yeah, I'm still not rushing out there. I'm sure a lot of you know what I mean. Now we go on to Leo and Virgo. I love this a lot. This is right next to each other. Here we have that total different energy, though, and that's what really attracts people. So Leo being the fire, Virgo being the earth, just like I was mentioning about Capricorn. And talk about just absolute authentic desire to help and to really, really excel in their lives. Virgo takes the cake on that. They take the lead. They are an analytical, intelligent sign. They're a mutable sign. They're very adaptable. Even for an earth sign that's a little slower on the draw to change. They're not great about change, but of all the earth signs, I find that Virgo has that ability to do that. And they will continue to grow and expand their minds and learn, because in their minds you can't learn enough, and they're absolutely right. And that's a beautiful, beautiful trait to have. They are loyal to the end, very organized and capable, hardworking, and very much, they have intense passion, boy. It's inward. They'll be in the background, right? And that's kind of cool. Leo doesn't always want their main connections or friends to be outshining them, right? It's true. And you're fine with that. It's not an issue. It's just the reality of life sometimes. This is a beautiful pairing for that reason alone. Virgo's fine with letting Leo take the lead. They're going to be there for them. So let's see what your beautiful message is. Page of Pentacles. Well, there you go. There is the earth in Virgo. There is the grounded, stable, beautiful, just, I want to say, security that comes with being an earth sign, and knowing that, you know, if you are practical and you are steadfast in what you do and what you believe in your relationship and your work, whatever it is, your family, your loves, it'll definitely end up benefiting you in many ways. And so the page is the beginning again. That's the youthful part. That's a new idea. That's a new opportunity for money coming through, something you're going to hear about. You know, the pages bring messages. So I love this, and I hope it just grows and grows, and you continue to find incredible love and happiness together. And then we go to Leo and Cancer. Now, I did do Cancer's main sun sign with Leo being highlighted, so it's going to be the same. It was only like 3 or 4 days ago, prior to my 2 days of not being able to upload. Cancer's the water sign. Cancer has great depth and great sensitivity, and they are romantic, and they are sentimental, and they are creative, and they are intuitive, and they are very, very capable of many things. You know, they can shine like anybody else in whatever they do. They're shrewd about their money. They're very, very careful, and they care a lot about how they spend their money. They have great money knowledge. You know, they understand that in order to provide, and they're not crazy about going overboard when it comes to spending. I'm sure they're generous to the people they love, but they just get that. It's just this innate part to them. And once again, there's a very strong, passionate side to Cancers, and they may be subtle and a little shy about that, but don't let them fool you, Leo, and you know that. If you've been together and you're with this on a romantic person, you know exactly what I mean. This just works. You know, I mean, the sensitivity's there, so Leos have to make sure that when they have their tempers flying a little bit, you know, there's that fire that comes out, and it's gone as soon as it comes. But being aware and catering to that is essential, like with all relationships. Otherwise, you have a lot of beautiful family, just kind of loving energy that, you know, it's about wanting to protect that. And nurture comes to mind is what love, you know, Cancers love to do. They will really take care of you, Leo, and you in turn. So you have the Ace of Cups. That's the water, that's the love, that's the epitome, that is the beginning, that is the start of something amazing. If you've been together for years, it could be moving into a newer, better, beautiful home filled with love, bringing in family, bringing in, you know, I don't know, maybe that next step level. Just so much passion and emotion comes with this card. You know, your cups are full. You feel great, great happiness and joy. And it is the beginning. It's a new cycle again. And it, like I said, you could be renewing your vows. It could be so many things. But it's absolutely beautiful. And it's so needed right now, right? The love is what conquers everything. And I know you understand that so fully, and you're really utilizing that. Then we have Leo and Gemini, which is just fun. I mean, Gemini is the air again. There's the air and the fire, and that just really just works. And Gemini is the mind, and Gemini is ruled by Mercury. So actually communication has been a little, I would say, confused and maybe not as straightforward right in the last few weeks. Not because it was intentional by any means, but if you are not together and you're maybe communicating via the internet, emails might have gotten mixed up and you might not understand exactly what the meaning was. Well, that'll all be worked out. And Gemini really wants to express, and that's how they live their life, is through their words, through their ability to communicate and write and teach, and just, they love having fun. They are very caring, and they love truth and honesty as well. They profess deeply, how they feel in many ways, and they're very dedicated to those that they love. They're changeable. You kind of dig that. You're like, didn't expect that to come from that. Very witty and fun and yeah, just beautiful energies with the two of you. Gemini is ruled by, I said that, Mercury, yeah. And they're mutable, so they're very adaptable. That's important. You want to be adaptable. King of Swords is what comes up. So here we have the powerful energy of the air quality again. And I'm telling you, well, Gemini, the first eclipse coming around again, because we had a lot of them in June and July, if you recall, and we're still feeling the effects, by the way. Well, that will be, the first one will be in Gemini at the end of November. So you might start even feeling that energy now, I kid you not. But that's about higher learning and education and networking and making things happen and inventing and teaching and speaking and all the important things to everybody, but certainly to your relationships. So, and the butterflies, the transformation, it's really the maturity of communication and upright, straightforward, messages and communication, basically. Can't go wrong with that. I love it. And it's upright. It's going to be powerful. It's going to be beautiful. We all need that straightforward information. No more confusion. I can tell you that much. Leo and Taurus is next. Taurus is once again that earth. These two are both, like I always say, the most A-type personalities. They are strong. They are in charge. And they have definite different energies. The Taurus is the earth. They're grounded, they're slower moving, and the fast-paced, action-oriented, let's make it happen. Leo, and the two of you, it's like night and day, but it just works. Over and over and over again have I seen the combination of this in long-term relationships. Marriages, like I say, committed relationships, friendships, lifelong. Well, that's what Earth really is it's the permanence that you don't always find in the other elements, and it's good to have on your side friends or whatever they may be. Taurus is definitely ruled by Venus. Venus happens to be in Libra right now through the 21st, and so Venus is definitely about love. It's definitely about romance and beautiful things and feelings and looking better, and your relationships seem to just sparkle and have that magic dust on them. There's money that can come through it. Now, Taurus is the sign of money. Straight up, definitely diligent, hardworking, luxury. Venus represents money and luxury, and that's what they are used to, and they won't have it any other way, quite frankly. They're a fixed sign, and so is Leo, and when you want something, it's going to happen. How beautiful is that when you have a relationship where they're going to fight for it, and they're going to make it happen, and they're going to make it stay. They're not, they're not one of these people that are just fly by night. I suppose when you're younger, like everybody, and even older, I mean, I don't want to be too general, but you know what I mean. Out of all the signs, the earth signs are really there to make it happen for as long as possible. So your energy and message is the Three of Wands. That is beautiful. And the reason it's beautiful is because it is about cooperation. It's about evolution and things growing, and that's what's so needed right now. A lot of that has stopped, not for everybody, but it's time to just get it moving again, and it has to do with outside help and community. It's a third party in some ways, but it's growth. Let's just say that it's growth. It's growth in your relationship. It's growth in your ideas and your, partnerships and work or whatever that may be. But it's necessary and it's beautiful and it's absolutely part of what's coming for everybody. But that's what's going on for you. So congratulations on that. There's that fiery energy going there. Even Earth have fiery energy if you don't have, fire in your chart. Then we have Aries and Leo, another power-packed combination. You get each other, I literally had a couple yesterday when I was massaging. The husband was the Aries, the wife was the Leo, and he had bought her this, massage. She knew nothing of it. They had just celebrated their wedding anniversary the night before. I love this. He walks her in and it's just so cute and beautiful. And it's just, they've been together a while, and yeah, they had their time, she says. We had a little conversation. I don't like to talk too much during my massages. And she was a beautiful spirit, and she just has a lot of passion and caring for each other, and that's what they're about. Leos are the leaders, right? The number one zodiac sign. They start the whole zodiac year. They're the cardinal sign that starts the season of spring, so it's all 111 with them, right? And you know that as soon as you meet them. Power, confidence. They don't even know sometimes. They're just going to go straight forward for whatever it is they're interested in and generally do a really good job. If not, they'll just, brush off and start over again in another direction. They're not a type to quit or to be defeated. So let's see what your message is. The 8 of Pentacles. Yes. Well, that's about prosperity. That's about abundance. 8 is the most prosperous number. It is such a beautiful number. And the two of you are feeling incredibly prosperous, if not financially, which I do believe it is, just in the fact that you have this beautiful, secure relationship. It's not going anywhere. You've gone through so many hoops and valleys and peaks like we all do, but you're stronger than ever. And I see great stability in the fundamental things, the tangible things in your life, which is what the Pentacles represent. So fantastic. Keep it going, because trust me, there's so much more to be had. It's unlimited. Then we go with Leo and Pisces. Very, very beautiful, sensitive Pisces, right? Very spiritual, creative, just artistic, deeply emotional, just very much affected by life, about energies and people and circumstances. And they are the two fish, so there's the duality there, and they want to be a part of it all, and they want to resist the parts that aren't comfortable. They have an escapism to them at times. It's true, because they recognize the reality of life, and it's harsh and it's hard sometimes. They want to do whatever they can for everybody at all times, and that's hard too. There can be kind of, moody, of course, being the water. Any water signs tend to have that because they feel so much. They're, once again, incredibly artistic and talented, which is very attractive to Leos, who are also very talented and creative. So there's some beautiful, harmonious energies that can really be great at creating together. Pisceans are a mutable sign as well, very adaptable. They want to go with the flow. They want to continually change their lives and regenerate and reinvent. They're impressionable, and they are, their sensitivity cannot be missed. Ruled by Neptune, which has been in retrograde for quite some time, as it usually is, but it's going forward at the end of the month. So Neptune is about illusion. It's about, mysterious, unseen, elements and energies that we don't always know or feel clear about, which has been huge this year. I knew it had to do with Neptune when I was feeling that. Well, I have a Pisces rising, so I have just been struggling, and being a Libra, with the balancing and just what is real? What can I believe? Because and I had too much time to be hearing people, right? So then it all comes down to, what are you believing? What is your heart and soul saying? You can ask friends for opinions and stuff if you need to, of course. And the two of you will talk about it, but that forward moving is going to be so important for the two of you. Mark my words, there's going to be some revelations that are going to be so helpful in this connection. And you have the King of Pentacles, the most mature energy of stability, of prosperity. I mean, the king, right? The giving, the earth generating these beautiful natural ways to create, to find the foundation and the stability you both need, you know, in whatever that is. And it's just such a beautiful time. This beautiful card says on the front, tuna time, which is Toona. I never saw that before. Anyway, just taking in the wealth of life. Whatever that means to you, you both have it in great proportions together. And then we have Aquarius and Leo. You're actually polar opposites. You are the, once again, air and fire energy, and it's beautiful. And we have, like I said, many, many planets all moving into Aquarius, which is going to change and rock our worlds, boy. Aquarians are ruled by Uranus. Uranus is that unexpected surprise and change that will just transform our lives, right? Such is happening this year, but in a better way, okay? A new way, a more innovative way, you know, a scientific. Uranus is science. It's about time. It's about inventions. It's about technology. What's coming down the pike? What do we get to look forward to? Because anything's going to be better for a lot of us. And you know what I'm speaking of. And it's about fairness and just. It's about, you know, Aquarian is the humanitarian sign, the water barrier. They want to give and feed and make sure everybody has water. It's global. It's massive. They don't think small. They think in terms of groups. And their leaders, trust me, they usually like to be in charge. And they also are a fixed sign. So the two of you have to really just work out circumstances. If you're not 100% in agreement, make it work because you understand you agree to disagree. But this is beautiful for each other. It works in many, many ways. And it's inspiring, and it's filled with promise and passion. And your message is the Two of, what is this now? The Two of Wands? Yeah. The Two of Wands, and I say wands because of the wands that are holding it. And it would be just your desire to just see your future and hold strong to what it is you want and your beliefs and go full force ahead, which you'll have the ability to do with the Mercury's going forward and the retrogrades going forward and your year coming up, Aquarius. There's no stopping the two of you. It's partnership. It's agreeing and knowing your strength, and it's fiery. And let me double check that for you. I just have to, because I don't like to say the wrong thing, and it's been a minute since I've actually read this deck, but I want to say that it is the, the wands. So let's go to the wands first. There we go. And the Two of Wands. Yep, Two of Wands. So yeah, just amazing things. You're feeling strong. You're going to be determined, of course, where you're going. You've been held back too long. And there's a lot of color in life that can just bring in unbelievable, unlimited possibilities. And then we move on to, I'm sorry, where are we right now? Okay, that was it. So that's the individual messages. I hope that you can resonate. I find incredibly beautiful and positive energies with all your connections, Leo. And I know it's been a long time coming. I know you've had a difficult year because you're a fire sign and you have been stunted. And yet I think you've grown, and I think you've recognized that, certainly in technology. I think you've been willing to go along with the program because you need to, and we haven't had a lot of choice in the matter, and you've stepped up to the plate with that. You are, after all, you know, the leader, and you want to show that you too can be a game player, you know. Now, I'm excited because I'm going to now read the 2 oracle messages to end this reading, and this is my new deck that I got for my birthday last month, and it is, oh, I think it's gorgeous, and I've admired it from afar for a while, and it is the Psychic Tarot for the Heart. And how appropriate for a Leo, you know, so heart and passionate based. This is what they do. This is how they live. It's just always been that way, and you feel it when you're with them, and you just, it's such a beautiful, attracting kind of energy. And it is by John Holland. And so what I'm going to do is basically just pull out a special, beautiful energy and ask Spirit to please pick the perfect message for all the Leos and all their beautiful connections, and the special highlighted connection of Capricorn and Leo, which is beautiful, beautiful energy. And we have awaiting results. Well, I think that's appropriate. We're still in Mercury retrograde. We're still in Mars retrograde, the fellow fire sign, which has been that way, but is so close to going forward. You're okay with this. We're all okay in a way because we're so used to it. It doesn't make it like the way we want it to be forever, but you do kind of just acclimate, don't you? You just kind of learn to accept, because you know that that will change, and it is changing, and it has. And it's 7. That's a lucky number. So awaiting results, look at that. The tree of life, grounding ourselves, not going anywhere, but trusting in the ability to grow and expand. Beautiful illustrations. I'm going to read to you what it says, though. That was just coming from Spirit and my inner guide right now. But number 7. All right, so we're 9, 7. Move. Now is the time to be proactive regarding matters of the heart. The key words are act, direct, master, discipline, focus, effort. Now, funny thing is I have a Leo brother, and he's an actor and has been for over 50 years, and he's phenomenal. Act. That's how I hear act, because of the talent that comes from a lot of Leos. But obviously it means act, do, right? Start that fire, cash and go. And if you're looking for a relationship, take the initiative to find one. Take advantage of the many ways to meet your soulmate. This card is about action, action, action. If your current relationship is not moving in the direction you wish, do whatever is required to shift the direction. You're the master of your own destiny, and that includes your relationships. Don't wait for the others to make the first move or set the tone of the relationship. Take charge. Well, you know how to do that, Leo. Creating and sustaining a good relationship requires discipline. It's not enough to be in a relationship. You must invest in it as well. Be present in and focus on the relationship. Give every relationship the opportunity and time that it needs and deserves to flourish and grow. Now is the time to focus your needs and your needs of your partner. Your affirmation, traditional Tarot archetype, the Chariot. So that I take affirmation, I take charge of my relationships. The Chariot represents the sign of Cancer, and it's absolute success, and it's motivation, and it's mastering whatever it is you're focusing on. So clearly in this regard, it's about your relationship. Knowing that you can always add to and improve and create better, loving, stronger, foundations. I love that. That is my first card that I pulled for you for the month of November. And that's beautiful. The remainder, the last message will be from the Super Attractor deck, one of my favorites. I tend to stick with this because I like it as your mantra for the day and the remainder of the month, though I will be doing your mid-month, so do come back if you wish. And it is just that feeling that we can acquire inside of us, the deep passion you have to create the life and the relationships and anything you choose into fruition. Wow, this is so beautiful. So beautiful. I am in awe of the magnificent guidance that's available to me. Well, you have the world right here, and it's the green. That's your heart. That's the heart chakra. And then you have the stars and the galaxy and the unlimited, like I said, possibilities, and just to immerse yourself in a sea of consciousness where everything is available and all things are possible. And so it is. And that's for you because you shine like the star that you are, ruled by the sun. And you are worthy of everything you want and any relationship. And I greatly, once again, appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. take really good care of yourself. It'll be a beautiful month in many ways. So any of the confusion and such, the beginning part will dismiss and be evaporated into new, viable, beautiful, straightforward, strong energy. So until next time, take care. Bye for now.